Sitka, Alaska is extraordinary.
It's so like fresh and so clean and so clear.
We have over a century of history here.
It's a really unique spot. The way the geography works, it's just protected by the ocean. Sitka is a small island community that has 8,000 people, but it seems a lot smaller because it's 14 miles of road from one end to the other.
Fishing, hunting, sports, that's about all we breathe here in Sitka.
We don't get as much daylight as the lower 48 does. That's Casey right there.
It's such a tight-knit community.
You know everybody and everybody knows you. It breeds good people. You're accountable for your actions around here.
Everyone's always really nice to each other, very helpful.
It's a safe, small community. Large enough where you got a little space, small enough where parents knew it was safe.
Most people are trustworthy and accountable. It's a really unique place to live, for sure. Okay, this guy has been building this restaurant for years, and the city keeps not letting him open, but he's trying. He's a cool guy. He's just used garbage to build it.
It's an old boat, is it?
Yeah.
No. Oh.
He's got old boat parts in there. The Salty Dog or something like that, I think is what he's gonna call it.
When you tell people, well, I played with Jordan in high school, they look at you like you're nuts. Where was the photo? Do you have proof? No, I don't have proof. Yeah, I could tell that story to anybody. Michael Schmetzer. It's Michael-Schmetzer.
You hit the, what kind of hairstyle was that? What was that called?
That was a donut.
Look at those
head.
shorts. Look how short those shorts is.
No kidding.
Oh my goodness.
So I grew up in Pittsburgh, Homestead actually, a little suburb of Pittsburgh, 4 miles from downtown Pittsburgh, a very industrial steel town. Basketball and football were everything. I graduated from high school in 1981, and at that time, you know, I think every kid like me was just trying to get a college scholarship. Growing up in that industrial town, I was still very much a hunter, fishing. I was always out in the country, and when Alaska called, I was like a magnet. I was happy to go. That's a motorcycle wheel. You see where all the spokes went in it?
Oh. Yeah. How many in a row? You count? I know. You count. I know.
I think you got like 4.
4? I think it's like more like 6, but
I think
That's
it was
4.
missing.
all right, I'll take it 4. I'll take it 4.
Yeah, I'm 60 this year. I left a job that I had been with it a while, and the guys wanted to get me something fun as a going away present. So he was looking for a photo to get framed or something to give me as a present. And when we couldn't find it, he contacted you guys looking for the photo for 5 Star, and that's when this whole thing precipitated. It was just like, it was like a vortex. You know, all of a sudden we have a project Backboard, and we're going to paint a court, and Crystal Worl is the artist, and it's kind of neat how it all came together.
Kakia yukhat duasak, ish ayakhat shukahari khatsati, afna dakahiri yithit, shangu khedi yadi ayakhat, gunana nakhatsati. My Tlingit name is Kakia, and my English name is Crystal Worl. I am Tlingit, Athabaskan, and Yupik, from the Sockeye Salmon clan. I am Raven and from Juneau, Alaska. I actually had approached Project Backboard about 2 years ago. I just wanted to introduce myself and put it out there that basketball is really huge for Indigenous people. Especially up here in Alaska, a lot of us play basketball, and it's really important to our communities. And I thought, how beautiful would it be to have form line on a basketball court that all of our people could play on, and the community members could be proud of and play ball on.
That court down by Crescent Harbor, that's actually a court back in my middle school years, and even all the way through high school for me in the 70s, I was actually playing out there pickup games. Even in the winter when it was covered in snow, we'd still figure out how to play on that particular court.
We're on Tlingit territory. This is Sitka, and I want locals and members that use the court, I want Tlingit people that use the court to be really proud. And those who are Tlingit, I want them to feel a sense of pride in their identity, who they are, where they come from.
To know that instead of something else going on the floor of that court, that honoring the first peoples of this area who've been here for tens of thousands of years, our beautiful artwork and beautiful forms, it's very touching.
Formline is specific to the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian tribes in Southeast Alaska, but it also spans down through BC, Canada. The artwork actually uses modern color palettes. I like to use really vibrant colors, but also stay true to the principles of formline design. If you look at formline design, a lot of the lines are thick, thin, and really well balanced. When you draw one line, you're drawing two spaces, the negative space and the positive space, and creating balance between those two. In our kinship, in our society, we rely heavily on balance, and this is applied to all of our way of life. So the design on this court, it's not any particular design, it's just formline. I didn't want it to be specific to any clan. I wanted it to be universal. I wanted it to belong to everyone.
This is the first time I think we had to really compete against the weather, and we couldn't stop.
You know, doing public art and murals in Alaska, you have to, like Ivor, you have to be accepting of nature and what it brings.
Some people get a little tired of the rain. I never get tired of the rain. We're a rainforest. You grow up in it, you play in it. I mean, we never had a rain out for any outdoor sports. You just play.
This team has been really awesome to work with. Just super positive and working super hard and doing whatever it takes to get the job done.
We have this option here. So we go here, here.
We couldn't be like, all right, we just gonna wait it out. Like, we just had to be like, nah, we just gonna figure it out and go out there every day. This one, we was like, every day still grinding out in the rain. So I feel like this one is definitely one for the books. Once everyone kind of had an idea, like the whole team was like, all right, we're gonna rock with you.
As I'm sure you've all seen as you've drove by, walked by, this wasn't an easy project. Trying to get a court painted in Southeast Alaska. And you take a look at the court, they not only succeeded, but succeeded extraordinarily. Thank you to Crystal, thank you to the Project Backboard team. I just know that it's gonna bring people back to the court.
I am just so honored to be here and be able to share my artwork with you. I feel like this is my other home, so I really appreciate all of you.
To have Crystal Worl's art on that court, the Tlingit pride, you know, the beauty of it, that's phenomenal.
I've never seen a court like this before.
It's super pretty and dope.
I'm also excited to see a time here in Sitka where Instead of erasing Indigenous art, we're adding Indigenous art back into the community. This is truthfully the Sitka community, and I'm super excited to see more and more art projects popping up.
Anytime you get an opportunity to baby to celebrate and show your culture is very important. So for the native people to have a basketball court right here with their artwork, with Crystal's artwork, their native art design and colors and everything, I think that's really important. I think it's really dope that so many people who come here to, whether it's vacation, whether it's fishing, whatever the case may be, they have to be able to see that basketball court.
Got this.
Basketball courts have always kind of been the tying ground, you know what I mean, where people kind of go and just hang out and you make friends.
Here in Southeast Alaska, every community is on its own separate island. Sports is a great connecting activity growing up for the entire region.
Basketball is more than a game here. Basketball is almost one of our ways of life.
When you go into rural Alaska, basketball is everything. All the communities all over, the sport is basketball. The kids live for it.
I think in middle school, my 7th grade year, there was 70 kids that went out for the basketball team. And there was probably 100 kids in my grade.
Up north, it gets dark really early and it's always really cold. And the gym's just such a nice, easy, warm place to go to and everyone's there.
It brings the community alive, especially in the winter.
Basketball is a good outlet for something for teenagers to do or even young kids.
It's not only physical, it's social.
It teaches our young people to be active, to be healthy, and really to play as a team member. Well, that's really important in Alaskan communities. We're a unit. We're not individuals, but we're in it together.
If you're playing the sport of basketball, you're doing something positive and healthy instead of being out there maybe in a bad place or maybe making a poor choice.
Alaska has over 7 different distinct native peoples and tribes. There's over 224 different villages, towns, and areas. So almost every one of them has a star basketball player. And maybe some of these basketball players might not be, 7 feet high, but their reach and their jumps are true Alaska magic.
Basketball literally changed my life. Like, I'm all the way in Alaska playing basketball because of somebody I met at the basketball court. I think I'm gonna try next year, I'm gonna bring a team, bring some of my homies to play out here so they can get that experience and kind of see like what the game of basketball means in this community.